Hello and welcome to PHTV Sports live broadcast of the Hogo Baseball Tournament. This is Dylan Hutton along with Lucas Rector, and we're getting ready to see the Chilhowie Warriors take on the George Wythe Maroons. Lucas, playing Chilhowie 2 times this year like you have, what have you seen from Chilhowie that's been different from any other team?
Well, Chilhowie's, they're pretty dominant in the district. They're the regular season champions, and they're expecting to come out here and win the district tournament.
They had a 19-1 regular season compared to a 4-17 regular season that George Wythe put together. George Wythe's got a new coach, though, as the Hogo fairly young this year as far as coaching-wise.
Yeah, there's three new first-year head coaches in the Hogo. Larry Cannon from Patch-Kennery, Kevin Dalton from George Wythe, and Jason Matlock from Holson, who we'll be seeing again tonight.
Yeah, we'll be doing the broadcast after this, so make sure you hang around. All right, so Chilhowie's going to be the home team, so they're going to be pitching first. And on the mound for Chilhowie is Caleb Sheets. He's their ace. The catcher is T.J. Lewis, first baseman Dalton Armstrong, second base Reed Sturgill, shortstop Tyler Pierce, who we expected to pitch tonight, third base Corey Heath, left field Dustin Creasy, center field Forrest Haga, right field Jeffrey Johnson, and that rounds out the defense for the Chilhowie Warriors. As far as offensively for George Wythe, leading off is Tanner Combs. On deck is John Dieters, and Paul Stanley is in the hole. So we'll go ahead and get the rest of their lineup in after the first pitch here by Sheets. First pitch is on the way. It's high for a ball.
Yeah, and Chilhowie's only loss this year was to Grayson County, and they played them again later that year, and they ended up winning, so it's a pretty good team.
Yeah, they bounced back from that. The first pitch was a ball, second pitch is a ball as well in the dirt, so we're to a 2-0 count. To round out George Wythe's lineup, batting fourth, Jacob Collins, fifth, Cade Holiday, sixth, Bryce Grimes. Next pitch is on the way, strike, 2-1 count now. Seventh hitter is Randy Toole. Eighth is Grant Anders, and ninth is Ryan Bays. So that's the lineup there. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Sheets inside for a ball. So we're to a 3-1 count. Sheets works really quick on the mound.
He does. He tries to catch you off guard and tries to get in that rhythm early to get started.
Next pitch is on the way inside. Well, it's inside for a strike. He's battled it back to a 3-2 count.
Yeah, Tanner Combs this year for George Wythe. He's probably been their most productive hitter by far.
And he also started the first round of the district. It's going to be a line drive hit to the second baseman.
Yeah, he was out in front of it a little bit on that one. Hit it off the end of the bat right to the second baseman. Yeah. Easy play.
And that was a line out to second base, so that's the first out of the inning on the first batter, Combs. Now up to bat is John Dieters. And as a batter, you can call timeout to sort of stop his rhythm, but you're not always going to get that timeout granted.
Yeah, if you don't get the time, you got to be ready to hit no matter what. You can't just completely give up because they'll blow one right past you for an easy strike.
First pitch to Dieters is high for a ball. So
Sheets is having a little trouble getting that first pitch striking tonight. That might be key later on in the game.
If you can make him throw a lot. Second pitch is on the way. It's going to be hit hard out to left field. Creasy is not going to be able to get to it. It's going to be a single at least for Dieters. He's going to hold up at first base.
That's a good way to start the game for George Wythe. They're going to have a chance to compete in this game. They can get on the scoreboard early and keep after Chilhowie.
Yeah, sort of calm them down here before the game even starts, because once Chilhowie gets their feet underneath them, it can get a little bit
It's hard to stop them. They have a powerful offense, probably the best one in the region. They're expecting to make it back to the state championship like they did last year.
Yeah, state champion runner-up last year. And now batting is Paul Stanley for the Maroons. Plays third base, and he's the number 3 hitter. First pitch is fouled back behind us here, behind home plate, so we got a 0-1 count.
And back to that state championship game last year, Chilhowie lost 5-4 in extra innings to William Monroe.
So, and then I understand Holston was in the lower division championship game, and they lost by 1 run as well.
Yeah, they lost to Galax 9-8.
Sort of a disappointing year for Hogo making that far, and then
it was. Well, they made it to the state championship, so that's good representing our district.
That shows how powerful the district is as for baseball. The 1-1 pitch to Stanley's on the way with runner on first.
That was a little high. Probably should have let that one go by him.
Yeah, swing and a miss for a strike. So we've got a 1-2 count. The runner on first is Dieters after the hard single. We'll see what happens here. Definitely, Sheets is wanting to ground him into a double play. The 1-2 is on the way. It's going to be fouled down the first base line, out of play.
If Sheets could get a double play right here, that might really hurt George Wythe a little bit.
Yeah, that would hurt them confidence-wise, too. And also today we've got the second round of the softball tournament going on. PH is playing Holston over there. We'll be getting updates from Dakota Jones.
Here's the pitch.
The 1-2 is away for a ball, so we've got a 2-2 count here.
That was a curveball by Sheets. He left that one up over the plate a little bit. Came in a little high.
He's a tricky left-hander. The 2-2 on the way with one out. It's going to be lined out to Creasy in left field. It's going to get down for a single. So back-to-back singles here for George Wythe has him in business to start the game.
Sheets is having a little trouble keeping the ball down low in the zone. If he's going to be good against this George Wythe team, he's got to keep the ball low. They don't really look to hit the ball hard. They're just trying to get base hits and get on base.
And as for Sheets, he's had a pretty dominant year, but Holston sort of slowed him down earlier.
Yeah, they did a
a couple weeks ago at least.
6 runs in the first inning was pretty surprising to most people.
Yeah, and now batting is Jacob Collins. He's a cleanup hitter. First pitch curve is down low for a strike.
So finally got that first pitch striking on that one.
Yeah, back-to-back batters with first pitch strikes, but he's not been able to finish off the bats. 0-1 is on the way with runners on first and second, strike 2.
Well, there's 2 strikes and there's 1 out. Hopefully they can get a double play or at least get the strikeout right here.
Yeah, Coach Robinson's probably wanting to see how his team handles this adversity here in the start of the game.
Chilhowie hasn't really been challenged too much in this district.
No, the 0-2 on the way is high for a ball. So
Chilhowie's only went the full 7 innings against 2 teams this year. It was against Northwood and Patrick-Henry. They ended up winning both games.
It says a lot, though, to even make it that far.
It does. They're a very good team. Well coached.
1-2 is swung on and missed, so it's going to be the third strike for Jacob Collins. And we've got 2 outs here in the inning with runners on first and second. Now batting is Cade Holliday. He's the left fielder for this Maroon squad.
It's pretty disappointing when you get up there as a hitter and you got somebody on base and you know you can't get him around.
Especially when you get the cleanup batter on there. First pitch to Holliday is on the inside corner for a ball.
That's what the cleanup batter's there for, to get the bases runners moved around.
Yeah, the top 2 or the first 3 guys did a good job of getting on. The first 2 did at least. Second pitch is fouled back, so we're back to an even 1-1 count. I think we just got a score update. 2-0, top of the first. The Rebels are up to bat.
So the Rebels jump out to an early lead against
Holston's up.
Holston's up.
Yeah, Holston's up. Next one's going to be hit right here in front of Sheets. It's going to be scooped up over at first base by Dalton Armstrong, and that's going to be the 3rd out of the inning. So George Wythe strands 2 there on the ground out back to the pitcher.
Here comes that dominant Chilhowie offense. Let's see what they can do early.
Yeah, we'll see what their top 3 guys do after this quick commercial break. We'll be back with Chilhowie's lineup and how George Wythe looks on defense. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to Patrick-Henry High School for the 2013 Hogo Baseball Tournament. We've got Chilhowie and George Wythe here as we head into the bottom of the first inning. The Warriors getting ready to come up in a tie game, 0-0. Last inning, George Wythe, of course, was able to get 2 hits but not been able to push them across. And we had a misunderstanding with the score. It's 2-0, top of the first. The Rebels are up to bat. And I forgot that Holston's the home team because they're the higher seed.
Yes, so
and the Rebels went 3 up, 3 down in the top of the first inning. So Holston scores 2 there in the bottom of the first.
Holston's been pretty dominant this year in softball in the past few years, making it the state tournament 3 or 4 years in a row.
They've always been powerful since we've been in high school at least. Let's go ahead and give you the lineup for the home team, the Chilhowie Warriors. Leading off for the Warriors is Tyler Pierce, the shortstop. In the 2 holes, Reed Sturgill, second baseman. 3-hole, Forrest Haga. He's a center fielder. He's been 42 for 62 at the plate this year. He's only gotten out 20 times.
He's hitting above 600. That's pretty hard to do as a hitter. He's looking to do big things as it goes on in his career.
4 home runs, 6 triples, 12 doubles, 35 RBIs. So I'll take that kind of year, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah. And last year he was hitting over 400, so those 2 pretty good back-to-back years.
Yeah, he's a good ball player. 4-hole hitter cleanup is T.J. Lewis. He's the catcher for this Warrior team. The 5-hole hitter, Jeffrey Johnson's a right fielder, also a talented baseball player. 6th batter is Dustin Creasy, the left fielder. We've mentioned his name a couple of times already. George Wythe's been hitting them out there to him. 7-hole hitters, Caleb Sheets. He will be pitching, but he's got a surprisingly good bat. He hit .279 last year and drove in 22 runs. Number 8 hitter, Dalton Armstrong, first baseman. You said he's hit a few home runs.
Yeah, he's hit a few.
Year.
He's hit 4 or 5 home runs this year, so he's been swinging the bat pretty well.
So when your 8-hole hitters hit 5 home runs, you know you've got
a good lineup.
Talented. And ending off the lineup, Corey Heath at hard into left field. It's going to get down. It's going to be extra bases for Pierce. as Cade Holliday has to run it down. Pierce is going to be standing up at second base with a stand-up double.
Up to bat now is the second baseman, number 1, Reed Sturgill.
Yeah, big-time hit right there for Tyler Pierce. He left that. He hung out one base, he did.
Yeah, he did.
He paid for it.
That's how you want to start a game off, getting a leadoff hitter on second base, 1 pitch.
We'll see what Sturgill does here, the second baseman for this Warrior team. It always helps to get a runner in scoring position with no outs.
It does, especially early. You can get on top of a team early. It really hurts their confidence.
Here's the first pitch to Sturgill. It's going to be fouled back into the catcher's mask. So
Sturgill was on his front foot a little bit when he hit that one. Might have fooled him, looking for something different.
Yeah, Chilhowie has a tough time hitting slower pitches.
They do.
So maybe go ahead and give you what it looks like for George Wythe on defense. Pitching, like I said, is Ryan Basie. Catcher's John Dieters. First base, Tanner Combs. Second base is Jacob Collins. Shortstop, Grant Anders. And Paul Stanley is on third. So we'll finish off the outfield after this pitch. Away for a ball, so we've got a 1-1 count. An outfield for George Wythe looks like Cade Holliday's in left field. Center field's Randy Toole, and right field is Bryce Grimes. So that's the George Wythe defensive layout so far.
And on deck for the Chihuahua Warriors next is Forrest Hagan. He was a 2011 Hoagie District Player of the Year. So that's a pretty big honor to have, and he wasn't even a senior.
And he's hitting in the 3 hole. So
Last
talented first 3 batters in the lineup.
And hitting in the cleanup spot today for Chihuahua is T.J. Lewis. He was the 2012, which was last year's Hoagie District Player of the Year.
Next pitch to Sturgill is away for a ball, so we've got a 2-1 count.
Chihuahua's having 2 Hoagie District Players of the Year on their team. That says a lot of how well they've been in the district, how dominant they've been the past few years.
How good they were at such a young age.
Yes, they've really stuck with it and worked on their game a lot and started to hone in on those skills.
And in the previous 2 meetings this year, Chilhowie's beat George Wythe by a score of 10-0 and 17-3. So these matchups have not been very well if you're a George Wythe fan, at least this year.
Yeah, George Wythe's had trouble with Chilhowie in the past. It's been a while since they beat him in the regular season.
They haven't beat Chilhowie, by my knowledge, in the last 5 years. So
it's been a while.
Now we've got a 3-1 count here on Sturgill. See what happens right here. We'll probably see off speed on the outside, so it's going to be ball 4. And that's going to be a walk issued there by Ryan Bays. And now batting is Forrest Haga.
Forrest Haga is definitely not someone you want up to bat when 2 runners are on base. He's been pretty dominant this year. And getting
4
that
home runs, 6
ball.
triples, 12 doubles, like I said. 35 RBIs. He's looking to add to that total right now.
He hit 2 home runs against Holston last week, which helped them propel them to a victory.
Yeah, they were down 6-0 that game, and they bounced back after the second inning and scored 19 unanswered runs. So that's sort of scary whenever you can go up.
And here goes the runner still, and both of them are in safe. Double steal right there.
Yes, so they've got runners in scoring position now with Pierce on third and Sturgill on second. So now Ducks are really on the pond now.
Yeah.
But now, if you wanted to, you could walk him. But look who's up next, T.J. Lewis. So
he's just as dangerous of a hitter.
Yep.
Right there, Bay's got to do a little bit better of a job of holding on the runners.
Yeah, that was a ball on the
Pierce and Sturgill both
too,
got a really good jump.
We've got a 2-0 count on Forrest Hagan. I couldn't think of anybody else in the district you wouldn't want to have a 2-0 count on. Because you got to come fastball eventually.
Oh, yeah. He's looking. This is his pitch to hit. If he gets it, he's going to crank it.
2-0 pitch is on the way. Outside corner for a ball.
Base is definitely not one to give him anything to hit.
He's a little bit hesitant to bring it across the plate.
But right now, this is definitely one he's got to get in there.
Yeah, 3-0 here. He's threatening to walk him here and walk the bases loaded. We'll see what happens. Here's the pitch. It's going to be hit out to dead center, out to Toole. It's going to go over the fence for a home run. So that will be his 5th home run of the year. A 3-run home run for Forrest Haga. And couldn't say I didn't expect that to happen, at least at one point in this tournament.
Coach Robertson gave him the green light right there with 3-0. I mean, you don't really give a hitter 3-0 green light unless he's that good of a hitter, and Forrest Haga is, as we just showed you with that home run.
Yeah, it didn't even seem like it was going to go that far. It didn't make the noise, but
he just swung the bat, got the head around on it, hit it far.
So after the Forrest Haga home run, the Warriors of Chilhowie now lead the Maroons of George Wythe 3-0. So game just changed in a big way.
Now we got T.J. Lewis, an equally effective hitter for Chilhowie, coming up to try to get on the base and start it all over again.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier from here.
It doesn't.
This whole lineup's tough, though.
It is tough. You just got to get the outs when you can. Got to make the routine plays. Looks like George West's already going to go to a pitching change.
Oh, it does. It looks like Grimes. Grimes pitched the other night, so against Patrick Henry.
Grimes has a pretty effective curveball. Let's see if that might throw Chilhowie off a little bit.
So now pitching for George West. That's a quick change.
That is a quick change. I'm a little bit surprised.
Well,
I guess you're just trying to minimize the damage here in the first inning.
Bays didn't have a very good outing going. He gave up a double, and he walked a guy, and he gave up a home run.
That's a bad way to start off a game.
So
it really hurts your confidence as a player.
Where did Grimes come from?
Grimes came from right field. I believe Bays is going back out there.
Bryce Grimes has moved to pitcher, so he will be on the mound now. We'll make that change on our stat sheet. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back here to Patrick Henry High School for the 2013 Hogo Baseball Tournament. I've got a special guest up here. Lucas Rector is calling this game. Played baseball for Patrick Henry.
I did, as we played George West Saturday, and Grimes also pitched against us. He had a very effective curveball against us, as George West ended up winning the game 6-3 in extra innings. So it was a pretty tough loss to take.
Yeah, you left stranded 18 runners on base.
Yeah, it was. We had base loaded 3 times, never could get anybody across. It's just got to do a better job hitting the ball.
One of those days.
One of those days.
Now batting after the Forrest Tega home run, T.J. Lewis. We'll see how Grimes does here in the first batter.
Here comes the pitch.
Here's the first pitch of that bat. It's down low for a strike across the knee. So we got a quick strike right there out of Grimes.
That's where you want to put that ball when you have T.J. Lewis in the outside
down
corner.
away.
You want to keep it away. Don't let him have anything good to hit.
You got to throw strikes to Forrest Haga as early and often as you can. Second pitch is a curveball for a strike, so quick 0-2 count now on Lewis.
So Grimes is coming in and seems to be doing a good job right now. See how this bat goes.
They're going to have somebody come in and make it for a long haul, too. They're going to have somebody stay in, because even if they were to win this game, they wouldn't have anybody to pitch.
Yes. Somebody's going to have to step up and be a leader right here. Dig through, dig deep.
So we've got now, after the ball on the outside corner, we've got a 1-ball, 2-strike count here on T.J. Lewis. You definitely don't want to let Lewis get an advantage here by going back down on the count. Third pitch is a curveball. Fouled off down the first base line out of place. We're stuck here at a 1-2 count.
Lewis did a good job of picking that ball up and not letting it come in on him.
Yeah, Lewis is, like I said, he's hit .525 last season with 30 RBIs.
And he's hitting equally as well this season. That's why he's batting cleanup, and last year he was the Hoga Heat District Player of the Year, as I said earlier.
The 1-2 pitch is a curveball in the dirt, so we're back to an even 2-2 count. This is a big pitch right here.
It is a big pitch. Never want to get a 3-2 count and risk walking the batter after you start out 0-2.
This has not been the start, I'm sure, that Ryan Basie was wanting to have, and now he probably didn't expect to go out in the first inning. The 2-2 is high for a ball, so now we've got a full 3-2 count.
Yeah, George Wood expected a lot more from him, but it's just one of those days. He's out in right field now. Hopefully he can get back in, get some at-bats, and get back in this game for him.
Make some good plays out there. 3-2 pitch is on the way. It's going to be inside for a ball, so he's going to walk Lewis after going up 1-2 on him. So Lewis fouls a couple off and battles with him, and now batting is Jeffrey Johnson, a right fielder. He hit .214 last season.
Now we have a courtesy runner for the catcher at first base, number 3.
Like I said, Jeffrey Johnson, .214. He's got the lowest batting average on the team. But I'll take .214, won't you?
I will too. I mean, he's hitting 5th right now. I mean, that's not the best. He's hitting better this year. He's also got some time on the mound this year. He's been a pretty efficient pitcher for the Warriors this year.
Yeah, he does a lot of different things for him. He's a utility type guy.
He is.
First pitch to Johnson is high. They're going to try to pick off pinch runner over there, but they're not going to be able to.
And to show that the catcher's willing to throw it over shows he has some confidence with his throw and isn't worried about throwing the ball into right field and allowing the run to advance.
Yeah, it shows that he's not going to be afraid to throw it. The 1-0 pitch is on the way. They're going to try to pick him off again. So I don't think now's the time to worry about the runner. You haven't got an out yet.
Yeah.
You're playing the best team, arguably,
in the region.
At least in the region. So
hopefully they try to go get a state championship this year.
The 1-0 is on the way. It's going to be swung on and missed. It was high, but swung on and missed by Jeffrey Johnson.
Johnson wanted that one back right there. That was a little high. He probably should have let that one go.
He could have been up 2-0 instead of 1-1. So now we've got the runner on first getting the lead, and the 1-1 pitch
George Wythe desperately needs an out right now.
Is on the way. It's going to be swung on and missed by Johnson. So we're at a 1-2 count. And right here is where Grimes has to make a play.
Yeah, he needs to be a pitcher right here and get the guy out right here, right now.
One of those curve balls again.
That's what I would throw right now.
And
down in the dirt. Don't give him anything good to hit.
He's going to try to pick off the runner again. He's not going to be able to.
They certainly don't want that runner advances. They've tried to pick him off 3 times, one by the catcher.
Yeah, you've already given up 3. You definitely don't want to get anybody in scoring position since you still hadn't recorded an out.
And it's in the first inning.
He's going to keep going on around here. He's going to get to third standing up. So throwing error there, but we did get the strikeout there as Jeffrey Johnson struck out looking.
But now there's a runner on third base for the Warriors and still the first inning. It's 3-0. The Warriors only had 2 hits.
So you finally got the first out of the inning, but you had the catcher tried to throw the runner out, and he gets out in the outfield. Now you got a runner on third now as Dustin Creasy comes in, the 7th hole hitter for this Warrior team. He's the left fielder. We'll see what he does with the runner on third and 1 out. First pitch is in the dirt away. The runner's coming home. He's going to get down. It's going to be a close play. They're going to call him safe at the plate, so that'll be the 4th run scored by Chilhowie this inning on a passed ball.
I think Grimes is getting a little rattled out there on the mound. He needs to keep his composure and be a pitcher. Don't worry about the base runner so much.
And now you have no base runners to worry about, though. The bases are empty again, and now you can start over with a clean slate.
Plus, that never would have happened if the second baseman would have bodied that ball up when the catcher threw it down. It was a pretty good throw. You just got to take one off the chest right there and keep it in front of you.
Yeah, he sort of tried to play it off to the side, and it rolled out in center, and it made a big difference, even though they did get the strikeout, but then you gave up 2 bases to the base runner.
He gave up another run.
The 1-0's on the way, swung on and missed about a foot above Dustin Creasy's head, but he went after it anyway.
He went after it. He's aggressive hitter. That's what you want in a hitter. Want him to attack the ball.
A little bit closer to strike zone, though, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
The 1-1 with 1 out here in the bottom of the first is in the dirt for another ball, so we're at a 2-1 count. Weather's a little bit better than it was on Saturday whenever y'all were playing George Wythe.
It was really wet out here. It took us forever to get the field ready. Used a lot of mule mix.
A lot of mule mix. At least it held off since then. I'd like to have a little bit of rain right now, though, as hot as it is.
The field's probably really hard right now.
The 2-1 is in the dirt for a ball. We've got a 3-1 count.
Yeah.
So 3-1 now. George Wythe's in danger of walking Creasy here as Grimes throws the 3-1 low for a ball. So ball 4. Another walk issue. That's the 3rd walk this inning.
George Wythe's struggling right now to throw strikes right now. That's going to come back and bite him, I believe.
And now batting is the pitcher Caleb Sheets. He hit .279 last year with 22 RBIs.
You can't give this Chilhowie team any extra chances, as George Wythe's doing right now with 3 walks already. Here comes the
first pitch to Sheets. Yeah, Sheets is a left-handed batter, so makes everything a little bit more awkward if you're a catcher having a runner on first.
Well, it's nice to have a left-hander you can throw in your lineup, throw off the pitcher a little bit. Not many teams in this area have that.
No, this place is, as far as pitching too, left-handers don't come very often.
It's not common, and there's a fly ball to center field.
Yeah, Toole's going to settle under it out there to record the 2nd out of the inning. So Caleb Sheets pops out to center field, and that's going to be the 2nd out of the inning. So we'll see what Dalton Armstrong can do here for the Warriors.
As Dustin Creasy's on first base, Dalton Armstrong's looking to get an extra base hit, maybe score Dustin Creasy right here to give the Warriors a 5-0 lead in the beginning of the first inning.
Yeah, 4-0. Chilhowie leads on 2 hits. George Wythe's giving them a couple runners on base, though, with some of those walks. It could just be 2-0.
It could be. It should be.
First pitch to Armstrong is away for a ball. So
I think Grimes is struggling a little bit. I don't know how long he's going to last out there on the mound.
Yeah, but who else do you have if you're George Wythe? Have you seen anybody else?
They pitched Combs, which is playing first base, and he was a sidearm, but he can't pitch today. He's used all his innings up with these new pitching rules. It's a little tough on pitchers.
What do you feel about the pitching rules?
I feel it kind of brings us back to a little bit like Little League. I mean, this is high school ball. Just let us play the game.
Yeah, I think you're developed full enough to be able to do.
If your arm's hurting, your arm's hurting. I mean, there ain't nothing you can do about it. Just let them pitch. Most kids are healthy enough they'll be all right anyway.
Got a 2-0 pitch here on Grimes. It's going to be hit in the gap. It's going to get down past the left fielder Holiday. Creasy's going to round third. He's going to score. It's going to be 5-0 Chilhowie with a stand-up double by Dalton Armstrong.
That's
and
what
an
Dalton
RBI.
Armstrong was looking for right there. Getting that extra base hit to get Creasy to score. Creasy's a pretty quick runner, so it wasn't very hard for him to get around the bases to score.
So now batting is the number 9 hitter, Corey Heath. He's the third baseman.
And typically your number 9 hitter is just another leadoff hitter. It's not necessarily the worst hitter you got, but typically you want someone that can get on base, has a high on base percentage.
Especially if you're having an inning like Chilhowie is right now.
Definitely.
They do have 2 outs, though. So
They've got 5 runs off 3 hits. George Wythe hasn't made any errors, but they gave up 3 walks, and that's been...
Yeah, walks are as big as errors in that situation.
Oh, yes.
Especially when Chilhowie takes advantage of those. The first pitch to Heath was a ball. Second pitch is on the way. It's going to be away for a ball as well, so we've got a 2-0 count here on the number 9 hitter.
I think Grimes just needs to settle down out there on the mound, take a deep breath, and relax. Just
as far
worry
as what
about throwing
George Wythe
strikes.
needs to do, what do they need to do next thing? Just come out with a clean slate, forget about the score?
They need to come out and hit the ball. They need to score some runs. If they don't score some runs next inning, it's going to be hard for them to get back in this game.
The 2-0 is low at the knees for a strike, so we got the 2-1 count now. Yeah, as far as George Wythe, they're going to have to get back into this game slowly. Of course, Chilhowie will have to hit a spurt where they're not scoring. We'll just have to see how that plays out. They're going to have to play some they're going to have to quit walking guys as well.
Yeah.
2-1 is away for a strike, swinging strike right there by Corey Heath, so we're back to an even 2-2 count.
George Wythe's going to need one of those seniors to step up and be a leader right here and not give away this game to Chilhowie like it's nothing.
Yeah, Chilhowie's came out pretty effortlessly so far and just sort of cruise along. Of course, they aren't pitching arguably their best pitcher, and this is a pitching staff that they have that's very deep.
Very deep, and they have a lot of experience.
And you talk about that pitching group, especially in the tournament, it's really not fair to any of the other teams because you look at what you all had pitching-wise, look at what George Wythe has pitching-wise. The rule doesn't help you any. It really doesn't help anybody, but especially doesn't help you if you don't have but 4 pitchers.
And to add on to that, Chilhowie also got a first-round bye in the tournament, so they didn't have to waste anybody on Saturday.
Yeah, so we've got a 3-2 count. Swing by Corey Heath's going to be popped up right behind the pitcher's mound. Third baseman Stanley's going to come over and make the grab. That's the 3rd out of the inning. The Chilhowie Warriors push across 5 runs on a Forrest Haga home run and a Dalton Armstrong double. So we had a very bat-loving
and Tyler Pierce
start.
led that inning off with a double, which was very significant. Get your leadoff batter on in scoring position, one at bat. Helps a lot.
And especially with... And now, whenever they start next inning, Tyler Pierce will be leading off again.
Yeah, so batting all the way through in the first inning, it's looking pretty good for Chilhowie right now.
Because everybody's seen that pitcher, too. Well, the first 3 have not seen Grimes.
Yeah, but Grimes he's getting a little shaky out there on the mound. I think everybody's going to start dialing in on him soon.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Forrest Haga will be dialed in. We know that.
Oh, yeah. Now, Sheets, he needs to keep the ball low. He gave up 2 hits last inning.
Yeah, he'll sort of settle down, I believe.
George Wythe wasn't able to do anything with those 2 hits. So hopefully they can do something this inning and get some runs scored.
All right, so we're getting ready as Chilhowie threw it down right there. Things are starting to heat up here in the Hoga District. We're going to have the tournament championship tomorrow, weather permitting, so make sure you tune back in. Well, tonight we've got another game. We've got what I think is the best game
It should
of the
be
whole
the best
tournament.
game.
We'll have the Northwood and Holston game after this, so make sure you tune in. We'll give some more information about that broadcast.
And whoever wins that
on.
game will go on to play the winner of this game, which right now is expected to be Chilhowie as long as George Wythe doesn't do anything right now.
Yeah,
They've really got to